Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Saturday morning, guys. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. Got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Saturday morning, guys. My allergies is on 10, so please work with your girl this morning. I want to speak to some of you. This will not be for everyone, but if this is for you, your spirit will be convicted so bad. So tap in. Okay, so when you originally were given the download, the promise, destiny, whatever, you're working with here, when you were originally given that download, you were also given specific directions, things to work on, things to work towards, things to do, things not to do. But along the journey, months for some, for most, years thus far, you begin to slack off on those things, like at the beginning or even in the middle, right? You were very, very disciplined. You're very consistent. And this can be in different areas. Again, whatever God told you to do or what not to do, you were very consistent. But it's almost like because the promise was so fresh in your spirit, so even though you couldn't physically see anything, it was so heavy and present in your spirit that it made it easy for you to be more disciplined. But as time went on, because we are so close to due season and destiny seasons, some of you again are already in there, but there's still levels to it. You're still being watched. You're still being watched, even in due season. Let me tell you something, honey. I know I'm in due season, right? Again, there's different levels. I got my big toe in due season, but let me just tell you something. Even in due season, you are still being watched. It's almost like God, he's testing you to say, okay, you did good this far. But before I open these major doors, I'm giving you a test to see how you're going to do. Because a lot of people, what happens when you get the prize, whatever the prize is, you start to slack off. But where many of you going, well, where many of us are going, there's longevity. This is it. So God wants to be sure that you're not going to get too comfortable, that you're not going to forget about him when you get there. So he's still watching you, even though you're this close. Because you're close, yet it still seems far away. Because it's still not as heavy in your spirit as it once was, you have retracted back on those things. You're not working out as much. Those old addictions are literally creeping up. And the enemy is lying and literally saying, well, you still got some ways to go. Due season is, far off. So you can go ahead and start back watching porn one time. It's not gonna hurt if you watch porn once a week, right? You're doing great. You used to watch it 50 times a day. You only watch it one time. And the minute you watch it that one time, by tomorrow, it's going to be 2 times. Again, as I spoke about on my video with addiction, I think that was Thursday or Friday. It sneaks up on you. But the enemy is very, very strategic. Not to say you have to be perfect. We're human. We're flesh. Your job is to pay attention to the conviction. Right? God is not looking for perfection, but he's looking for obedience. So if you started back watching that porn last night, not me. Now, listen, I promise you that laugh was not me because that's not my thing. Somebody was watching something on last night, right? Because I can't get up off of this porn. But of course, it can be a number of things. It don't have to be porn. It can be whatever. When you feel the conviction of whatever the thing is, your job is to recognize the conviction and boom, correct it. So it's going both ways. It's like some people as I just stated, they're recognizing it and they're getting right back to it because they're obedient to that conviction. But then there's still a group of people who you feel that conviction, but you side-eyeing, you're not acting like you ain't hear it. And you're making up excuses for yourself. Well, that ain't really for me because I think that's for my home girl. But it's really for you, and you're not being obedient. If you fall in the latter, you are going to miss major things. So again, it's not about being perfect, because we're just not. It's about being obedient. So when you start hearing these convictions, feeling these convictions, please get back right to whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing. To those of you who fall in the first group, which is definitely myself, when you feel the conviction and you get back on track, kudos to you. But take note that they're going to keep coming. They're going to keep coming. They're going to keep coming. Why are they coming so heavy now? Because you're that close. See, the enemy is trying to make you think like, well, you don't feel it in your spirit, so you're far off. No, you're actually closer than ever. God is silent because he's watching you. He's already given you all the tools, right? He's giving you all the tools during the process. So he's just quiet with some because he's watching you. So don't let the enemy make you think that the promise is so far off. It could literally be tomorrow when the door opens. Then will you pass your test is the question. Whatever discipline that you had in motion, whatever that could be, working out, writing, finishing that book, I don't know, starting that LLC, cutting off certain people. And God had been very, very clear throughout your process that this person is just, they can't go. But now they're coming back and you're starting to like let them creep right on back in. Like a conversation that you're not, just a conversation. Right? So again, the process, it can drain you, right? Because again, some people, months in, again, for many, years in, that process can literally drain you. That process can cause you to lose that fire and that desire that you once had at the beginning because it's draining, right? There's so many delays, there's so many attacks, so that when you get close, it's almost like that oomph that you once had, that gruffness about it that you once had, you're very lax right now. But that's a dangerous place to be, because when you're lax, that's when Satan come right on in and start putting certain things back into your spirit. And you feel like, well, I don't see nothing happening, so I might as well go ahead and, answer this phone right quick. And it's a setup. It's a setup. It's a setup. It is a setup. So as I was sitting here making coffee this morning, the Lord said, hey, I need you to get on. I'm like, God, it's Saturday. I just want to chill. I don't feel like hop on, because some of your sisters and your brothers are slipping really bad, and so are you. So are you. So I need you to get on and encourage them. I need you to get on and let them know that even though it seems so far off, it is so close, and I'm watching them. They've been slacking. They're getting their hand back and stuff, but I've been clear about, right? And I need you to warn them, because they're going to miss it. They're going to miss it. It's any day now, and I'm just watching them. So I'm just here to convict you guys, because I got convicted. You guys have a great weekend. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.